I've known Ash for many years. She's a wonderful person, and unfortunately, we both had premature babies around the same time. Orion's 7 months old, 4 months corrected. He was born by emergency C-section because I had a hidden placenta abruption and sepsis. He was born in Victoria Hospital in Kirkcaldy. The staff there are absolutely amazing, and I thank them every day that he's here with me. Our NICU journey was pretty uneventful compared to some. He just required ventilating for a week, then CPAP for 2 weeks, and then high flow, then optiflow, then low flow, and he did regress and had to be put back on high flow for a little while. But he's always fed great. He never caught an infection, nothing like that. We were in for 74 days, the longest 74 days of my life. And then on the day that we were due to leave, they re-scanned his head to check, and they discovered that he had PVL cysts. He has 6 on the left and 3 on the right. Hearing this was pretty devastating, as you can imagine, because I thought he was perfect. I thought we had dodged a bullet, so to speak. I thought we were so lucky. And I am lucky, we are lucky. We're lucky that he's alive. But obviously with that diagnosis comes complications, which we're finding out. After leaving the NICU, a week after, he was 8 weeks old, 36 weeks corrected. I was in Starbucks with my mum and my stepdad, and he died in my arms. He went blue round the mouth, took a final gasp and then turned black. Luckily, because of the work I've done, I knew how to do CPR and I was able to bring him back. But if you are going through this journey, I would suggest that you do the CPR training or ask for it if you're not offered it, because it's the most terrifying thing ever. So we got him back and that was fine, and then we were discharged again. We moved through Edinburgh, so we now live in Edinburgh, and then we had another episode where he stopped breathing again, and they discovered he has central apnea, so he's on constant oxygen. We've actually been admitted to hospital 4 times since we left the NICU. He's spent more time in hospital than he has out, and it's all down to breathing. But he has overtone due to the PVL cysts, so the likelihood of him having cerebral palsy is quite high. So they reckon his breathing difficulties are stemming from. So our hurdles in the future are unknown, but just got to keep strong and get on with it. We're very lucky to have amazing NHS staff who work in the neonatal bit in Edinburgh as well, who Orion's under the care of, and under the care of Sick Kids Hospital. All amazing staff, especially Ward 1. I love you all. Anyway, yeah, so I hope me telling my story helps someone in some way, and if you can, help support Ash's cause in any way, because it's so worth it. It's such a worthy cause. So yeah, that's us. This is Orion. See you later.
So I had my baby at 39 weeks. He swallowed meconium on his way out. So he was taken to the NICU unit where they had to do a lumbar punch to get liquid off his spine to test for lots of different things and to make sure that he was okay. He was put on a course of 5-day antibiotics. But luckily the results come back fine. And this is my healthy NICU baby who has just turned 1. He was in the NICU unit for 3 days. The staff were absolutely amazing. I couldn't fault any of them. They really helped me feel as at ease as I can with the lumbar punch and with all the other things that they had to do. They absolutely adored him because he was born with brown eyes instead of blue. They just absolutely adored him and they really helped me along the way. I couldn't fault any of them, as I say, and they deserve all the recognition they get, plus more, because they are just so fantastic in there. And as I say, they've helped my little baby boy be as healthy as he is. And he's just turned 1, and that's what he thinks of that.
Hi, I'm Heather Timms. I had two of my children that was actually in the NICU. One was the twin to my angel baby, and he was in the NICU because he was born at 32 weeks, and he was a preemie, and he weighed 4 pounds 1.5 ounces, and was 17.5 inches long, and my experience there with him was very great. They were extraordinary people. They sent me and my husband both to CPR classes, and they made sure he was the right weight. They even put us in a room to prepare us of what it was going to be like to have a preemie and everything for a few days before we got sent home. So my experience with them, you know, the NICU was perfect, and it was great with him. With my youngest son, he was also in the NICU because he got sent there because his leg was broken the night he was born. And they were just as well, just as nice, and took very good care of him, and they did exactly what they were supposed to do. And so I have to say my experiences both times with the NICU was perfect experiences.
Hello, I'm Kelly. I was lucky enough to be pregnant with twins last year, but sadly at 32 weeks, 5 days, I was admitted to hospital for bleeding, and then I suffered a placental abruption, and one of the twins was starved of oxygen, my little Henry. They were both delivered by emergency crash C-section under general anaesthetic, and then Henry had to be resuscitated, and we were transferred to a level 3 neonatal intensive care unit over 2 hours journey away from where we live. Thankfully, while we were there, a charity completely funds a parents' unit so that we could stay at the end of the corridor to our twins and spend the maximum amount of time we could possible with them. They also fund things like a parents' snack bar, just to keep us going because we didn't have time for meals and things like that while we were living there. Sibling packs so that when our 3-year-old son came up to visit, there was something special for him, and staff training, vital equipment that the babies need. And they're just amazing, but sadly not every neonatal intensive care unit has things like this, which is why I'm doing this video, to help raise as much awareness and to encourage donations to charities that support neonatal units. Luckily, twin 2 Stanley survived and we were home after 5 weeks, but sadly Henry passed away at just 1 month old. Please feel free to share my story.